All right, we're on the record. It is September 25th, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Courtroom 1, Session 1. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Kathy Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of State Attorney.
Letitia Fowler with the Office of Public Defender.
Adam Shaw with the Office of Public Defender.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your name?
1 second, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you tell me your name, please?
Arthur Lee Green.
All right, Mr. Green, you're here in 2019 MO 1636. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the PD to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Green?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, credit time served.
Okay. Is that something you want to do, Mr. Green? Get you
Yes.
out today? Okay. And I have to impose court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those off.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Green, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea
Yes,
form?
yes, I do.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I am going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm going to order that you pay those by September 25th, 2020, okay? If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sir, please tell me your name.
David Godek.
All right, Mr. Godek, you're here in 2019 MM 7876AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Godek?
Yes, Your Honor. No return, withhold of adjudication, and credit time served. You would like to accept the offer, enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. All right, Mr. Godek, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I am a citizen.
Okay, but do you understand that if you were not a U.S. citizen, the plea would subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit. I am gonna withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't go back to Walt Disney World properties. If you go back, you'll probably get arrested again, okay? So you gotta abide by the trespass warnings. I do have to impose court costs. I'll order you pay those by September 25th, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you. All right, sir? Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name.
Terrence Harris.
All right, Mr. Harris, you're here. Your attorneys have filed a motion for non-monetary release conditions in 2019, MM 7146AO. And
State has no objection.
okay. Do we have any failures to appear? Zero. Okay. All right. And Mr. Harris, you're gonna be, where are you gonna be living?
1034 Feller Street.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna grant your motion, okay? You need to make sure that you keep in touch with the public defender's office, okay? If they end up filing on the case, you don't wanna miss any court dates,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? If you miss a court date, you'll probably get a warrant, and it may be a no bond warrant, okay? And there's nothing the judge here can do about that,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? All right, so make sure they have a way of getting in touch with you. If you move or change your phone number or anything like that, you need to make sure you let them know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, sir, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Darrell Blackson, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Blackston, you're here in 2017 CF 12130AO, and you're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a status hearing on August 2nd, 2019. And the judge did set your bond at none on all 3 counts. And does he have the public defender? You do have the public defender's office, and they can file any motions. I think it's with Judge Whitehead,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
So, he's at the jail, so maybe he'll give you a bond, I don't know,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? All right, good morning, sir, please tell me your name.
Isaac Tyrone Bowen Jr.
All right, Mr. Bowen, you're here in 2019 CF 13508AO. You're arrested for grand theft, 3rd degree of a motor vehicle, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of cannabis more than 20 grams. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and you can't have any contact with any listed witness or any victim in the case. And the bond will stay set at 1,000. I'll keep the remaining bonds at 150 and 150.
Your Honor.
All right, good luck. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Ryan Donnelly.
All right, Mr. Donnelly, you're here in 2019 CF 13492AO. You're arrested for burglary of an occupied dwelling and petty theft, and I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not return back to 7418 Megan Alyssa Lane, okay? Can't have any contact with the victim or any witnesses in the case. I'm gonna order that your bond will stay set at the 5,000. I'll reduce count 2 to 100. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Buster Gordon.
All right, Mr. Gordon, you're here in 2019 CF 13513AO. You're arrested for trafficking in more than 10 grams and less than 200 grams of MDMA, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. I do find probable cause. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. No contact with any witnesses or your co-defendant, Mr. Sears. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no illegal substances without a valid prescription, and the bond will stay at $50,000 on count one, $150 on each remaining count. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Lee Catchett.
Do we know what happened to Guzetta?
Found it, Your Honor.
Okay. Take no action. All right, Mr. Hatchett, you're here in 2018 CF 14680AO. And the state did file an information in this case, and a court found probable cause for burglary of a conveyance and petty theft. And I don't have a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Well, I already paid for a lawyer.
Okay, who was that?
I don't know his name.
Okay, let's see if they filed a notice of appearance. Did your family hire them?
Yeah.
David Jaffe sound familiar?
No, not that one.
No? Okay, well, that's who filed the notice of appearance. So you do have an attorney in the case, okay? Mr. Jaffe,
Okay.
all right?
I like.
And so your conditions of release are gonna be you're not to have any contact directly with any victim, any witness, or any possible co-defendant. You're not to return back to the scene of where the offense is alleged to have occurred, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond on count one is $3,500 in the capias, and count two, the judge ordered you into pretrial release. Does he not? He doesn't qualify? For just count two? Okay, all right. So for count two, it's pretrial release, and count one, it's $3,500, okay? You need to make sure that you follow all of those requirements. All right, good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Veronica Hazelwood.
All right, Ms. Hazelwood, you're here in 2019 CF 5296AO. And you were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your arraignment on July 30th, 2019.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
judge did revoke your bonds on each of the 3 counts and set your bond at none. And I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and they can file any motions in Division 14 with that judge, okay, as it relates to bond.
So I don't have a bond.
Did Lang bonded? I don't have a face sheet, so it's 190284140. Okay. Take no action. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Sean Lewis.
All right, Mr. Lewis, you're here in 2 cases. 2019 CF 12114AO, and you were arrested pursuant to a capias in which probable cause was found. It looks like the state did file an information in the case charging you with battery on a person 65 years of age or older. And I'm gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The judge who signed the capias gave you a bond in the amount of $1,000 and checked off these conditions. So you're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I don't think there's a co-defendant or any witness. Maintain separate residences, I don't think you live together. And you're not to return to the scene of where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No possessing any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And then in 2019 MM 7870AO, you're arrested for resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and I'll stay the bond at the $500. And you do have the I'll appoint the PD in that case as well for you. All right, good morning. Please tell me your name.
Nero Jamari McFadden.
All right, Mr. McFadden, you're here in 2016 CF 339BO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your pretrial conference on January 24th, 2017. So that was a while ago. So nothing I can do about the capias, okay? Mr. McFadden, your bonds are set at none at this time. It's a Division 20 case, so does he have the PD at all? Okay, you do have the public defender, so they're gonna have to file some motions with the judge in Division 20. I believe that's Judge Cast, and he can decide whether he'll give you a bond or not, okay? Okay. All right, good morning. Please tell me your name.
Eduardo Piscasio.
Mr. Piscaccio, you're here in 2019 CF 10109AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your pretrial conference on August 21st, 2019. The judge in that case revoked your release, set your bond at none. Does he have the PD? You do have the public defender, and as I told the other gentleman, they're gonna have to file a motion to set bond in the case in that division, okay?
Court date?
Huh?
Oh, okay.
They're gonna have to file a motion to set bond for you, okay? All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name. Come on up.
Roy Preston.
All right, Mr. Preston, you're here in 2019 CF 13517AO. You're arrested for sale and delivery of cocaine I don't know how it's, sale and delivery of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. I think it's cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. And so it should be possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. Is that still the correct statute, do we know? Sure. So it should be 893.131A-74. And possession of cocaine and possession of alprazolam and possession of drug paraphernalia. So I do find probable cause for those offenses. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. No contact with any witnesses or your co-defendant, Mr. Guzetta. And there is count 1 should be 15,000. Counts 2 and 3 will be 150, and count 4 will be 100. And you're out on release for sale and delivery of, it's like heroin and some other charges in 2019 CF 771AO. And I'm revoking that bond and setting that at none at this time. Does he have the PD? In that case, do we know? Okay, you do have the public defender, so they can file any motions for you with regards to bond in the case. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Richard Randall.
All right, Mr. Randall, you're here in 2019 CF 3112. And looks like there was a warrant, but then the state did file an information charging you with fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens activated and driving while license revoked as a habitual offender as a failure to pay. And so probable cause was previously found pursuant to the warrant, and the state did file the information. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't drive without a valid license. Your bond on count one will be $10,000. Your bond on count two, I'm gonna reduce to $150. Actually, they filed on as a misdemeanor. I'll reduce it to 100.
150 to 100, Your Honor? Is that
Yeah,
the-
they filed on it as an M2, so,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay?
But this is not 10%.
Come on, come on. Talk to you, come on.
All right, sir, please step forward. Tell me your name.
Travis Sears.
All right, Mr. Sears, you're here in 2019 CF 13514AO. You're arrested for trafficking in more than 10 grams, less than 200 grams of MDMA, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, possession of a controlled substance, possession of oxycodone, and possession of a firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon. And I do find PC based on the affidavit. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and no contact with Mr. Buster Gordon, your co-defendant. The bond will stay set at $50,000 on count one, $150 on counts 2, 3, and 4, and 5. And you're out on release. Looks like the state did file an information in 2019 CF 62AO. I'm revoking that release, setting that bond at none. You do have the public defender in that case. They can file any motions for you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Derek Randall Sperling.
All right, Mr. Spurlin, you're here in 2019 CF 13502AO. You're arrested for burglary of a structure, criminal mischief over 1,000, and petty theft. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You cannot return back to Pace Electric at 402 Biff Court in Orlando, Florida, nor may you return back to TMR. No contact with any victims or witnesses, and the bond will stay set at $3,500 on count one, $150, and $100. All right, good morning. Please tell me your name.
Stacy Thomas.
All right, Mr. Thomas, you're here in 2019 CF 13509AO. You're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not have any contact with any victim in the case. And the bond will stay set at 1,000. I think you have an out-of-county hold for Lake County. I don't know what's going on there. It's an open case. It has a bond?
Yeah.
Okay. In the Lake County
For
case.
that Lake County, it's 20,000? Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, ma'am.
Toria Siobhan Thorne.
All right, Ms. Thorne, you're here in 2018 CF 8786AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a plea and sentencing on November 11th, 2018. And the judge did set your bond at none in the case. Does she have the PD? You do have the public defender, so they're gonna have to file any motions to set bond in Division 22 with that judge. I'm also showing of a hold for Broward County.
It's for a violation of probation, no bond.
Okay, and then there's something from Volusia, but they're not extraditing?
No.
Okay, okay. All right, please tell me your name.
Angela Vescovi Brito.
All right. Ms. Vescovi Brito, you're here in 2019 CF 13490AO. And you were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was previously found for a grand theft over $20,000. And dealing in stolen property via the internet, there's 4 counts of that. And I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You may not return back to the victim's residence at 140 East Morris Boulevard, Apartment A in Winter Park, Florida. You may not have any contact with either victim in the case or any witnesses in the case.
Yes, ma'am.
You may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And the bond will stay set at $15,000 on count 1 and $2,500 on each additional count. Alright. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Travis Jamal Wilkins.
All right, Mr. Wilkins, you're here in 2019 CF 13515AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine with a weapon, possession of a concealed weapon or firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. Will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You may not return back to the area in which looks like the parking lot at 210 North Terry Avenue. You can't go back there. No contact with any witnesses in the case. No weapons or firearms or ammunition. You may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond all set at $7,500 on count 1. Count 2 will be $2,500 and then $150 and $100. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Michael Woods.
All right, Mr. Woods, you're here in 2019 CF 6052AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your arraignment on July 18, 2019. The judge in that case did revoke your release and set your bond at none. Does he have the PD? No? Okay. You have any attorney? Okay. Do you want
No,
me?
I
Doesn't
don't.
look like you have an attorney in the case.
I don't.
Okay, I don't have a form for the public defender. Did you?
I filled one out.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
well, we don't have one. Oh, we do. We found it. All right. And you do qualify. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and they can file any motions in Division 10 for you to see if the judge will give you a bond, okay? Nothing I can do about the bond.
No, that's fine. I understand.
Okay.
Do we have a future court date at all, or?
No, not today. I don't give that to you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
I'm Natasha Anderson.
All right, Ms. Anderson, you're here in 2019 MM 7880AO. You're arrested for petty theft. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't know if the state has an offer. Okay, so the state does not have an offer today for you. You're not to return back to Walmart at 2500 South Kirkman Road or have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And she's on pretrial release? She was? Okay. She's not any longer? Okay. All right, ma'am, I'm gonna set your bond at $1,000. I'm not taking any action on your out on release case. But if you come back and I see you again, or another judge sees and you have 2 cases that you're out on release on, then you're probably gonna get your bond or any release revoked. So you need to make sure that you careful what you're doing, who you're with. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Michael Heron.
All right, Mr. Heron, you're here in 2019 MM 7865AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Heron if you wanted to resolve his case?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return.
Okay, and I would have to impose court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay those off. Thank you. All right, Mr. Heron, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. And I do have to impose court costs. I'll order you pay those by September 25th, 2020. You can't go back to the Full Sail University at 3300 University Boulevard. You know, you've been trespassed. If you go back, you'll probably get arrested again, okay? I'm sorry, if you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck. All right, good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Doreen Daly.
All right, Miss Daly, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant, I believe, for a violation of probation out of Lake County. The judge did set your bond at none in that case, and Lake County has 24 hours to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. So if they don't do that within the time frame, you'll come back and see me, okay?
I didn't hear you.
Okay. So Lake County, you have no bond. Can you hear me? Okay, you have no bond at this time. Lake County has 24 hours from right now to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. If they don't do that within the 24 hours, you come back to see me, okay?
Okay, I know what this is on. It's on,
I don't have anything to do with what happened in Lake County. They just arrested you and you have to come and see me,
yeah.
okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Catherine Johnson.
All right, Miss Johnson, you're here. You were picked up in an out-of-county warrant out of Polk County. The judge did set your bond at none in the case. And so Polk County has 24 hours to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. Same as I told the other lady, you know, if they don't do that within the time frame, you'll come back and see me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name.
Alexander Mikhailenko.
Okay. You're picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County. The judge did set your bond at $3,000, so if you're able to bond out, you can bond out, okay? If you can't bond out, Seminole County has 24 hours to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. If they don't do so, then you'll come back before me, but you do have a bond.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. It can't be 10% from. It can be. It can be.
You'll have to call a bondsman. I can't tell you what you'll have to pay, but you have to call a bondsman or have somebody bond you out, okay?
Anyway, to drop the.
I have no jurisdiction over anything in Seminole County, okay? I can't change anything, all right? All right, please tell me your name.
Kaylee Phillips.
All right, Ms. Phillips. You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Palm Beach County, and the judge did set your bond at none in the case. And so Palm Beach County has 72 hours, not including weekends or holidays, to come and pick you up, okay? If they don't do so, you'll come back before a judge
All right, and is that from when I got booked yesterday?
right now.
From right now. Okay, all right.
All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Elvin Zayas.
All right, Mr. Zayas, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County. The judge did set your bond at none, and Seminole County has 24 hours to come and pick you up. If they don't do that within the time frame, then you'll come back before me. Okay? Please tell me your name, sir. You're Mr. McCollin.
Yes, ma'am, I'm Alan McCollum.
All right, Mr. McCollin, you're here in 2019 CF 13455AO. You were arrested for grand theft third degree, robbery, sudden snatching, tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, and assault. I do find probable cause. I don't have a form for the public defender. Do you want me to appoint them to represent you?
Say this again.
Did you fill out a form for the public defender? Do you want me to appoint them to represent you?
They can assist me,
Huh?
to assist me. I mean, because
I don't understand what you said. You answer my question. Do you want an attorney?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And, so you're not to return back to the Jinya Ramen at 8 North Summerlin Avenue. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. Your bond on count 1 is $2,500, and then $150 on counts 2 and 3, and $100 on count 4. If you have any questions, you can talk to Ms. Fowler. All right, sir, call the number that she gave you on the form, and if you have any questions about anything. have a 33-day motion in 2019 CF 114779AO for Travis Jermaine Moody, I believe.
Denied the state found information on 924.
All right, that will be denied. Huh? Oh, I don't know if you're laughing at me, because I write information, so nobody gets confused about what happened.
I was just asking, was it a private attorney?
Yeah, it is. Well, I think it's conflict counsel. All right, and so, you guys ready on the 33 days here? Okay. 2019 CF 11988AO Raymond Young.
You granted the state file notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
All right, that will be granted. 2019 CF 11097AO Christina Feliciano. It looks like,
We filed notice of non-filing for the 33rd day.
I'm not sure what happened here. Her bond was discharged.
Your Honor, we have that she was not picked up on the new charge, and so it was a failure to appear, but her bond was not revoked. No.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened. So she was arrested, she filed a bond, and then the bond was endorsed, so the bondsman came off the bond. Was she ever released?
I have it as 8/20, she was released. So she was booked on 8/4, released on 8/20, and she was arrested on 9/5 for the failure to appear, but the bond was no longer endorsed, so
I'm
she
not.
time.
Where are you showing that she failed to appear? For what?
This is for Christina from Luciano.
She was booked back here on 9/5, so it was like at some point she was released.
She was released.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I don't know if she got arrested. I mean, she's only being held now on this case, so I don't know if she had a new law misdemeanor or something else that the court just didn't touch.
Right, but the bondsman came off the bond.
He could, probably because she was in jail on something else.
Right, but she was released on this case.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She was released on this case, there's case 2019MM737AW. That was a misdemeanor case, she had failure to appear for 8/28. She was kicked
For
off.
that case.
Yes, for the misdemeanor case.
Okay.
That's probably why the bondsman endorsed it, because she was being held on the misdemeanor case.
Correct.
So she would earn time
That's
on
exactly.
this case.
Okay, so the bondsman came off the bond, but she was released.
She was released for the case that we're talking about right now.
Yes.
The case that we're talking about right now, the one.
So has she been in for 33 days?
Yes, 17 days plus an additional, my math, I apologize, I think it was another 17 days, so it was like 34 days or something.
Right, but after being released and being taken back into custody,
So you're saying 17 originally?
Correct. And then
but you don't get to add days up. Like, it doesn't work that way. When you're released, and then, so when she came back in, technically, the bondsman came off the bond. It's the same thing as having your bond revoked. I mean,
My position is
she
that-
still has a bond, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay,
Correct,
and
yes.
so she's not being held no bond,
Correct.
but you don't get to add the first days you get released and then add the second portion. It's not a consecutive, the rule is not, doesn't work that way. So when was she back in custody on this case?
9/5.
9/5.
Okay, so it's untimely.
State's position has always been that it's a total of 30, at least 33 days in custody. I've always added it PD time or state time. I've
Yeah.
always added it together.
Well,
That's my.
the court does not read the rule that way at all. And
Your Honor, just for the record, that's the position at the public defender's office.
I understand that's your position too. The court does not read the rule that way. You don't just, once you're released, you're released. I mean, if I'm gonna give her the benefit of any rule, it's gonna be 33 days from the time that she's back in custody, even though she was released. Technically, when you're released, if her bond was somehow revoked or taken back, or the bondsman came off the bond, she still has a bond. So, either way, it's untimely. So you can file it when it's timely.
And so from this, 9/5, that's what we're saying from this period.
I mean, that's when she was back in custody. I'm showing the bond was discharged on 9/9, or was it? Was she back in, do we know when she came back in custody?
I can see it from Jill on this.
So 9/5, she came in on the FCA.
Okay,
but
not on this case.
No, on 9/6, that case was endorsed.
So from 9/6. Okay.
9/6.
All right, so that will be denied. I just put defendant was back in custody on this case on 9/6, so it's untimely, so. Okay, 2019 CF 11993AO Jeremiah Kelly.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 11883AO Matthew Wayne Horner.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 11003AO Willie Lee Slater Jr.
To be denied the state file of information on 9/24.
All right, that will be granted, or denied, I'm sorry. 2019 CF 12063AO Derek Lentez Jefferson.
That should be denied the state file of information on 9/24.
That will be denied. All right. All right, so we're starting at 140. All right, we're on the record. It's September 25th, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Session 2, Courtroom 1. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Happy Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of State Attorney.
Letitia Fowler with the Office of Public Defender.
Adam Scholl with the Office of Public Defender.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you please tell me your name?
Carlos Andrillo and Tolentino, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 2019 CF 13522AO. You're arrested for trafficking in heroin over 14 grams, under 28 grams. Possession of heroin more than 10 grams. Possession of heroin with intent to sell or deliver. Possession of cocaine and possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I'm gonna stay the bond at the 200,000 on count one. I'll reduce count two to 150. I'll reduce count three to 150. I'll reduce count four to 150, and I'll reduce count five to 150. And it looks like you're out on bond and pretrial release. And in 2019 CF 8439AO, I am revoking that and setting that at none at this time. Does he have the PD? No attorney? Okay, I'm gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in that case. They can file any motions for bond in that division for you, okay? All right, good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Joshua Holt.
All right, Mr. Alt, you're here in 2019 CF 13523AO. You're arrested for trafficking in methamphetamines over 14 grams, possession of cocaine, possession of Xanax, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause for everything other than the possession of Xanax. I don't know, show how that, other than they just describe it as a Xanax pill.
No
There's-
objection to
okay.
RORs, count through.
All right, so you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no contact with any witnesses or the other co-defendant in the case, Victor Barrios.
Your Honor, may I have a moment on bond? I spoke to State prior to this, and they have no objection to a $100,000 bond. The defendant will turn over his passport within 48 hours, no legal drugs, and no alcohol, Your Honor.
So I'll reduce, based on any stipulation through, by the state and defense, to a $100,000 bond. If you do have a passport, you need to turn that over within the 48 hours. Do you own a passport?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to make sure you provide that to the clerk's office. I'll reduce count two to 150. I'm RORing you on count three based on no probable cause, and count four I'll reduce to 100. 100,000, 150 ROR 100. And then no drugs or alcohol, no weapons, no contact with any witnesses or co-defendants. Surrender passport within 48 hours. All right, good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Julian Dingblue.
All right, sir, you're here in 2019 CF 13532AO. You're arrested for grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You may not have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case, and you may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and your bond is stayed at 1,000. All right, good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Gabriel Garcia Cortazar.
All right, Mr. Akins, are you representing him?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay,
Good afternoon, Bryce Akins for the record.
Can you file a notice of, are you filing a notice of appearance? or
We
have
did
you-
file it NOA. It's
Okay.
probably, we filed it like yesterday, so probably just
Okay,
hit.
I don't know. I haven't looked in the system.
You see it in our system.
Okay, all right. All right, sir, you're here in 2017 CF 507AO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for trial management conference on June 8th, 2017. The judge did forfeit your bond and set your bond at none, and you are represented by Mr. Akins. In 2017 CT 1846AO, you were also arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a plea and sentence. And the judge did set your bond at $2,500 in that case. And, Mr. Akins, I can't do anything about the capiases.
Your Honor, Just so, you know, you can, give you some context, I spoke with the prosecutor that's got this case downtown, the felony in front of, Judge Traver, and, it's gonna end up being a pretrial diversion referral. And with the new, PTD stipulation, is basically he does everything on the front end, and then the case will get dismissed in shorter order than the previously, the contract signed and everything. Looking back at the, looks like the original bond, this was $500 that I see.
2,500 on the CT and then
Correct.
none on the.
There was none on this.
felonies.
If Your Honor can contact the court that has it in Division 15 and explain to me, I spoke with the state attorney this morning and she confirmed that it's going to be a PTD. And if Judge Traver wouldn't be amending to set a reasonable bond in this case, if he would be reasonable trying to set a plea date today, tomorrow, or Friday, because, you know, my client, you know, if he would have hired me earlier, I would have told him to turn himself in earlier. This is on a turn-in. He wasn't picked up. He has absolutely zero criminal history between this case and today, so it's not a danger to the community issue. This was, a lot of stuff was going on at that point in time, and unfortunately, this wasn't one of the priorities that it should have been.
I can email Judge Traver, but he's away from his desk for 2 hours now, so I
Okay.
don't know if he'll respond to me while I'm in court.
Okay.
It is an old case.
It is.
You know,
And
but unfortunately, pursuant to the law, I mean, I cannot change the capias. He would be the one, or, you know, the judge in that division at the time that he gets picked up would be the person that would have to change the bond.
And the state attorney is Ms. Abler Deppie, so,
Who is it?
Abler Deppie.
Okay.
You know, kind of-
I don't know who that is.
Figure, you gotta know your coworkers.
Yes, the three of us that are here at the BRC got it down.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a place we all come together and do justice at it, end of the day. But that's what we're going with.
I'm gonna email him, but I don't, if you wanna wait, I don't know, you've
I
been
would
here
love
since
more than
1, so,
With the court can be in contact, if he does respond to Your Honor within the next hour, and he has no objection to Your Honor, just set that, otherwise, I mean, I understand some state, if no, and I explained it to my client, we'll still make contact with Judge Tracy J, that at least way we can.
I mean, if he contacts me when I'm here, I'll advise the clerk and and I'll advise the state, I'll advise all the parties, I'll have my JA email everybody.
Actually, I can email Mr. Akins to let him know.
Sorry?
Because I'll email Mr. Akins if Judge Traver responds to say what happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have my JA put everybody on the email and let everybody know, but I can't guarantee anything. If
I know
anything,
that.
just file your bond motion anyway,
Oh,
just to make
yeah.
sure, because
That's fine.
sometimes I email judges and they respond, and he's usually very good at responding, but,
Yeah, I was in front of him this morning.
Yeah.
We
so
felt
I'll
tired.
send him an email right now,
Okay.
and we'll see what we can do, but, so I'm just gonna, at this time, the bonds will stay at the 0 and the 2,500, and if I hear back, then I'll let everybody know.
Fair enough.
Okay? All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
right, ma'am, please tell me your name.
Treasure Hopkins.
All right, Ms. Hopkins. You're here in 2019 CF 1352780. You're arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence. If you find probable cause, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you are not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition, have any contact with any witness or victim, no alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond on count 1 will be $2,500. I'll reduce that from the $5,000, and count 2 I'll set at $150. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
George Maxwell
All right,
Jr.
Mr. Maxwell, you're here in 2019 CF 1353480. You're arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause, and I don't have a form for the I do have a form for the PD. I apologize. I'm gonna appoint them to represent you. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond will stay at 1,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2. All right, please tell me your name.
Jennifer McDaniel.
All right, Ms. McDaniel. You're here in 2019 CF 1353380. And you were arrested for possession of a controlled substance without a valid prescription. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I'm gonna set your bond at $2,000. I will not revoke your bond in 2019 CF 1114580, or your release, excuse me. But you need to make sure that you don't commit any new law offenses. If you come back and you have 2 cases, then it's likely that myself or another judge probably won't look too kindly on that and might revoke your release in both the cases, okay? And you need to make sure that you don't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
James Smith Jr. III.
Do we know what happened to Crystal Ricks?
She refused, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll address her at the end. All right, you're Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Smith, you're here in 2019 CF 1352480. You're arrested for grand theft 3rd degree. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not return back to the target at 3343 Daniels Road. You may not have any contact with any victim, witness, or your co-defendant in the case.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am gonna set your bond at $2,500, but I'm not taking action on your out on release cases. You have a couple, it looks like they stem from the same incident. So, looks like you have some dates coming up on October 18th.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't miss those court dates. If you miss those court dates,
I have a warrant for my arrest, Your Honor.
probably.
Yes, ma'am. No, I will.
Okay. Well, you
to-
definitely will, but it's a matter of if you get a bond or not. So you have 3 cases,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
3 charges, and they're separated into 3 cases. So don't miss your court date, but, don't go back to Target, and don't have any contact with that other individual. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Kelly Richard Cook.
All right, Mr. Cook, you're here in 2019 CT 7082AO. You're arrested for a DUI with a prior DUI conviction. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not have any alcohol or possess any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I'll stay the bond at the $500. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Dan Bean,
All right, Mr. Bean, you're here in 2019 MM 7889AO. You're arrested for trespassing in a structure or conveyance and criminal mischief, less than 200. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. I don't know if the state will have an offer for you based on damages. So, okay, so you're not to return back to the iDrive Grand located at 7056 South Kirkman Road. You can't have any contact with any listed victim or witness. If you've been trespassed from there, you must abide by the trespass warning. And I'll stay the bond at the $250 on count 1, $100 on count 2.
Tanya Harris is mental health, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset Ms. Harris. All right, please tell me your name, ma'am.
Brandy Lee Laster.
All right, Ms. Laster, you're here in 2019 MM 7888AO. You're arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office. Was there an offer for Ms. Laster?
Yes, Your Honor. She would like to accept the offer of adjudication of guilt, credit time served, enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. And I do have to impose court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those off, Ms. Laster.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Laster, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you find a factual basis based on the affidavit?
Yes.
I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to, is it 1 day?
Yes, Your Honor.
1 day in the Orange County Jail with credit for 1 day time served. Do have to impose court costs. I'm going to order that you pay those by September 25th, 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
Kenneth Hardy refused.
All right, so Mr. Hardy refused to come to court. 2019 CF 13475AO. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Ms. Fowler, do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so he's charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia, and I do find probable cause for those offenses. I did appoint the public defender. He's not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I will reduce count 1 to 1,000, and count 2 will remain at 100. And then Miss Ricks. Crystal Ricks refused to come to court in 2019 CF 11909AO. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent her. And Ms. Fowler, do you want to formally waive her appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And she's also 2019 CF 13531AO. And so in the 11909, she was arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for dealing in stolen property as a trafficking offense. And she's not to have any contact with the victim in the case. She's not to return to Walmart, and she's also not to return to the victim's residence, or the place of business, excuse me, at 109 East Church Street, Suite 150. And her bond will remain set at the $3,500. And in 2019 CF 13531AO, she was arrested for unauthorized possession of an identification card and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I find probable cause for those offenses. I did appoint the public defender already, and she's not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription or have any contact with the victim in the case, and the bond will stay set at 1,000 and 100. She's out on bond in 2 cases. I'm only revoking on 1 based on the date of the offense. I can't revoke on the 7425 case. I'm only revoking in 2019 CF 11735AO and setting her bond at none in that case. She is represented, and they can file any motions for her in Division 16. So it's just on this one. All right, anything else? Okay, all right, we will be in recess until tomorrow. We're done for the day.